Module 2. Demonstrating the Spirit of Service. In this module, you will learn the importance of making the caller feel welcome by identifying skills such as using the caller's name, communicating positively, and listening. Identifying a caller by name helps you make a connection with them. It also demonstrates acknowledgement and interest. It also makes them feel welcome and appreciated. People like to be recognized by name. It shows that they are individuals and not just a number to the institution. When a caller reaches the office, listen carefully to their name. They normally identify themselves. In the event that they don't, then ask them for their name or even their ID number so that you can retrieve that information from the colleague system. Now, there are pitfalls you should avoid when trying to identify a person by name. Do not mispronounce a name. 2. Be sensitive about people's feelings. Adults may be easily offended if you identify them by their first name. The best thing to do is to call young adults by their first name and older adults by their last name unless they invite you to do otherwise. Also, avoid using words such as sweetie or mijita to identify a person. Believe me, not many people would like to be identified by these words. Using a person's name and using it correctly in a conversation will help you build long-lasting relationships. Let's look at positive communication. Consistent positive communication is the key to quality service. And you may ask, how does a person communicate positively? First, you should practice habits of courtesy such as listening and speaking in a friendly manner. Prepare yourself mentally. You should always have a positive attitude because students will notice your attitudes and feelings no matter how hard you try to hide them. Remember, your attitude, whether it's positive or negative, will be quickly noticed by other people. So project a positive attitude, even in the face of criticism or in the case of nervousness. Be at ease and remain calm. If you are calm and confident, the other person will feel more at ease, and this will help you make a first and good impression. Remember that your personal feelings will impact the quality of service you provide. In the event that you're not relaxed, you may want to sit back, pull your shoulders back, and take a deep breath before answering a telephone call. It is important that you avoid negative communication every time you handle a call. There are 4 types of negative communication. Let's review them. First is crooked communication. Crooked communication starts out as a compliment and ends up as an insult. For example, when a person says, "Oh, you've decided to return to school. That's great. It must be tough at your age." It began as a compliment and then ended up as an insult, and it was definitely not humorous. The second is zero feedback. During zero feedback communication, the person is seen as indifferent or cold. Third, we have hostile communication, which is very dangerous. This is where the person reflects an inner anger and they're very aggressive. The 4th type of negative communication is plastic communication. Plastic communication can be defined as insincere or as comments given out of habit. Now remember, positive communication sends a strong message to the customer, whereas negative communication makes the person feel angry or resentful. There are ways to communicate positively. First, you should smile. Placing a smile in your voice will help you communicate in a positive manner. Remember, if you smile, the world smiles too. So there's nothing like a smile to create a good first impression. A warm and confident smile will put both you and the other person at ease. Your tone of voice is also a big part of communicating positively. Remember to speak in a warm and friendly tone. About 45% of communication comes from your tone of voice and what you say. Do not talk in a bored tone of voice. Instead, be genuine and show that you care. Don't be rushed, angry, or frustrated. This may result in an uncaring or distant attitude to the caller. Voice techniques also will help you communicate positively. 1. Do not mumble or talk too loud. Pronounce each word distinctly and speak normally. Now, customers expect quality service. The best way to provide positive communication is to make it a rule. Apply the golden rule by treating others as you would like to be treated. Or even better, apply the platinum rule, which states, treat others as they want to be treated. Remember, customers expect to be treated with respect and courtesy, don't you? Another way to make a customer feel welcome and appreciated is to listen to them attentively. We owe people the courtesy of listening. Not only does listening build relationships and communication, but it helps you identify the needs of the caller. Listen carefully instead of assuming what is on the caller's mind. Because of the numerous calls we receive, it may be easy for us to assume what a caller needs. But keep in mind that a caller's understanding and knowledge differ. Listen to the caller and assist properly. Also, be empathetic as you listen. Use phrases such as "I see" and "I understand" to show that you care. Listening will help you better handle angry callers, and in face-to-face communication, you should listen with your eyes as well. Now let's review. To make the customer feel welcome and appreciated, you should identify them by name, but remember to avoid the pitfalls we discussed. Also, you should always communicate positively and avoid any form of negative communication. Third, you should listen attentively and show that you care.